Hello, how are you? I've got a cold, but I'm going to struggle through because I love you all. Yes, and also I've got nothing else to do this evening. There not being much on the television. Oh, it's a bit dark in here, isn't it? This is supposed to be HD, but I'm thinking it's maybe a low light, so HD is not really coming. But as you can see, I'm not backwards, by which I mean I'm the right way round. I'm not flipped. This is the way around that this hallway actually is, but it is very dark in here. Let's see whether I can do anything to make it slightly lighter, but probably not. Yes, so here I am. How is everyone? Have you made New Year's resolutions? It's only 2 days until I sound I sound like John Hurt, and my throat does hurt. So hello, Philip. Hello. Yes. So still Christmas decorations up because it's still Christmas, technically. Are you still there, Philip? He says there's nobody here anymore, but hello anyway. Yeah, and yes, this does sound very like John Hurt, doesn't it? So I'm going to just say hello. Look, I can type now because I'm using a laptop. Woohoo! Well, it's not saying that you're here. Hello. See, look in the chat, as if I'm here in two places at once. Yes, I'm the doctor. I'm yes, I can do another doctor now because I've got the voice. Yeah, so I've had a cold for about 3 days, and hopefully it'll be over by tomorrow, but it probably won't. No, don't you have any New Year's resolutions? I don't have any New Year's. My New Year's I thought, shall I do something creative every day in 2019? Maybe I'll do that. I could do that. I probably won't do that, but I could try to do that. Try to do that. I could. Oh, this is terrible. My voice. I didn't know because you don't try to talk when you've got a sore throat. Then when you do start to talk, you realise you've got a sore throat. I'm gonna. It's not so much sore as croaky, but that's fine. I'm going to carry on anyway. Two people. Hello. Hello, other person. How are you? My Christmas decoration. So it's not 12th night until the 5th. Now, I haven't booked my ticket back to London yet. Somebody did invite me to go somewhere on the 5th, which is 12th night. Or is it 13th night? Is it actually the 4th? I think there's been just some debate about what 12th night it actually is. But I might not go back until a bit later than that because of the cold. Who can say? Me can say I might just sleep for a week. So I'm not going to do anything for the new year. Well, not for the New Year's Eve. I'm going to do something in the new year. I just don't know what. So any suggestions of amazing things I can do on a very tight budget? A budget that's so tight that it's almost invisible. Tight and invisible. That's probably metaphorical of something. Oh, talking of which, I don't know if this is why did I think of this? Did anyone see Bandersnatch and play Bandersnatch? Because I did. That's on Netflix this week. It was quite interesting, I thought. But I played things like that. Talking of John Hurt, that's who I did. John Hurt. There was something called Tender Loving Care in 1998 that was on the CDI and also on DVD in the early days. And you could do the same thing with that. You could mess about and you get interactive choices. And every now and then, John Hurt was the psychiatrist, and every now and then he'd say, "Which choice do you want to make?" And you'd make a choice, and then the story apparently would change depending on that. Now, I never got to the end of this because it seemed to go on forever. I was like, after several hours of doing it, I was like, this isn't seemingly finishing. And I felt a little bit the same with Bandersnatch because it was like, I've made a choice. Is this going to end? Oh, I'm dead. Oh, I get to try again. Oh, I'm dead. Oh, I get to try again. But I really wasn't getting anywhere with it. And then I finished. It finished. So I did get to the end eventually, and I was like, "Yay! How long have I been doing this? Forever, forever." It didn't tell you how long it was going to be, but it was forever. So John Hurt. And there was also something that was much earlier than that. And I looked it up. It said it was 1992, but I didn't play it in 1992, called Voyeur, which was on the CDI. That was on the CDI. But I remember that we got a CDI at just about the time that they were being superseded by anything else. I did get into a bit of a loop. With Bandersnatch, I was like, I'm not going to go back any further than that. I actually made the right choice, I think, for the most part, because I didn't have to keep going back that many times. But then I thought, oh, I'm going to just mess about and see what happens. I'm going to see what happens. And that was quite good. So if you get to the Netflix bit, you'll know what I mean when I get there. Maybe go with the Netflix bit. It's on Netflix, but you'll know if you get to that bit. If you don't get to that bit, then you've gone down a different path. But if you get to the Netflix bit, then try the Netflix bit. I would. I recommend it. That was the best bit, I think, the Netflix bit. But it was all on Netflix. So what am I talking about? Maybe you didn't see that bit, but I did. Can I do that? Look, you are not my. I am not. No, I can't. Yeah, sorry. What did he say? I am your father. Father. No, I can't do Darth Vader. I can just do John Hurt. There you go. So, oh no, that really does your throat in, and it's already quite done in. Right. Yes. So, anyone else got any New Year's celebrations or anything planned for the New Year's? Now, what I'm probably going to do is I've got some coffee liqueur, which you can it's completely vegan, and you can add soya cream or something and make it like a sort of Bailey's. And I'm probably going to make a giant pot of that and then just glug it back like a big alky. I'm not a drinker normally, but it's New Year's Eve and I'm on my own. I don't want to die. No, that's a good point, Philip Story. I don't want to die. So maybe I won't do that. Maybe I'll share it with some other people. Yes. So maybe what I will do is not do that. Maybe I'll just have a very early night and go to sleep, and then I'll wake up and it'll be 2019 and everything will be magical and wonderful, and the world will be wonderful and beautiful, and good things will happen, and all my dreams will come true. Yeah. Who can tell? So I've been getting a bit more in lately, what with other people being successful and that, but oh, have you got a cold too, Philip? Oh, I'm sorry. It's not good, is it? I think everybody in the world has got it now, but it's not a good cold. But it's about this time last year that I got what I thought was a cold. And then 3 or 4 months later, after several bouts of what seemed like the flu, and I was getting over it, not getting over it, I came out of it and I suddenly was well again after about 3 or 4 months. And I was really, really, really ill. So I'm hoping that this is a very short thing and it goes. But sorry again, Graham, that if you've got the cold, I'm sorry, Graham. I'm sorry, Philip. I haven't given you the cold. I can't give it you through the airwaves, I don't think. But even so, I'm sorry that you've got it because it's horrible. I'm not sure what I got it from, but I think quite a lot of people in this area have been illish at the moment. Illish. Yes. Yeah. So next year, what should I do? Should I get famous? That's what I will do. How do you do that? It's impossible. So no, it's not. It's not my fault, but I feel obliged to apologise anyway, just in case I get the blame. And I do feel bad for the people that I've got the empathy. I've got the empathy for you, and the sympathy as well. So I hope you get better soon, people that have got this cold that I didn't give to you. I'm not taking the blame for it, but I still feel bad. Yeah. No, see, that's it. A few years ago, when I was a journalist, I was sort of like, oh, I don't like being a journalist. I want to be famous. And I did ask at an actual, there was an award ceremony. This is irrelevant where it was, but it was an award ceremony for radio people, and there was radio and TV things, and there was Big Brother people there, and all famous people. I think Michael Fish was there, and Louis Theroux. Lots of people were there, and I was like, oh, I want to be famous. So it is relevant, really. I was like, oh, look at all these famous people. I want to be famous. We'd been invited because I was working for a televisual magazine. Hello, adjustable squelch. And I asked one of my colleagues, oh, how do I get famous like these people? And they suggested, very much like Philip's story, that murdering somebody would be a way to fame. And I don't think it is. It's a way to infamy, and it's a way to being in prison for a while, but it's not the same as being famous. Now, when I say fame, I mean doing something that's worth doing, that other people value and that you value, that makes you feel good, and that makes other people happy. and makes other people joyous and glad that you're in the world, and makes you feel glad to be alive. And everyone knows your name, like in Cheers. So maybe I just need to go to the Cheers bar where everybody knows your name. So that's the same thing. Hello, hello, funking strummer. That's a difficult thing to say when you're drunk, so it's a good job that I am not drunk yet. Um, we did go next door here, next door to my parents, and we had Christmas drinks the other day with their son has moved to America and is back with his new wife, and they're going to get married officially. They've already got married, but they're going to get officially married in the museum in Cardiff in September, and my parents have been invited to that. I haven't been invited, but my parents have been invited. So that was all very fun. And they invited us next door to have Christmas drinks. So I drank about 4 drinks, which is about 4 drinks more than I've had in the whole entire year. So the next day I was like, oh, I know now why I don't have 4 drinks in a night. It was a lot of drinks. I had 2 wines and a cocktail made of coffee and the strawberry thing, and I felt very bad the next day. So I won't be repeating that tomorrow, basically, because I already feel quite bad from the cold. So what was I saying? Anyway, fame. I want to live forever. I want to learn how to fly. Hi. Yes, that sort of fame. When I say fame, it's something that is worth doing. Now, I know there's a lot of infamous people and there are a lot of celebrities. I don't want to be a celebrity, although celebrities do get stuff. So, like at this particular audiovisual celebration where people got awards, all the celebrities got invited, and I was talking to a few of them, and it's like, oh, are you liking it here? It's like, yes, I get free food. So you do get free food and a goodie bag if you're a celebrity, but it's fleeting because they probably a lot of these people weren't actually getting work. They were just getting free food and a goodie bag, which in lieu of work, if you can't get anything else, that's fine. But what I'm looking for is something that people will value. And that is true fame. Something that people go, yes, I admire. And I know it's external gratification and external validation is probably quite a shallow thing to look for, but not, pardon me, not if it's coupled with wanting to do good in the world, wanting to do something that is worth doing, because we only live here a short while before we pass on to some other vale of being rotten in the ground. I'm sorry, but we probably do. Maybe there's another level of life. You get to, oh, I beat the boss and now I'm on level 20. Yay. And that's possible, but probably not. So in assuming that isn't going to happen, it would be nice to have some good in the world. Like, exactly. Well, a lot of people say, oh, I mean, did you see that episode of Doctor Who? I've said this before. I'm sure I'm just on a loop now, like Bandersnatch. I'm back to the loop where I'm saying the same thing over and over again. Anyway, the episode of Doctor Who with Van Gogh and in it, where they take him to see all these paintings and go, look, you are valuable. Look how 100 years after you died, people value your paintings and love them and they're amazing. Don't kill yourself. And then he goes and kills himself because it's like, that's not going to make a difference. You're not going to make anything of your life while you're alive, but you'll be famous in the future. That's no good to you at all, is it? Well, he got to see it, so that's something, but it's not going to make much difference because, oh no, my life is not really going to work out well. But everybody's going to be loving the stuff that I did and go, yay, you're crazy and you cut off your ear, but look at the paintings. Ooh, genius. Not any good, really. I mean, it's nice. It's nice to be, I'm sure it's lovely to be remembered by the future, and that would be good too. But to be remembered while you're still alive is also quite good. Famous after you're dead, yes, it is. It's like famous after you're dead is useless. Lots of people were very famous in life and nobody knows who they are anymore. But that's fine because they had it good when they were actually there to enjoy it. And I think that is quite an important thing, because if you don't Yes, like the Red Dwarf episode. Yes, like a lot of things. It's like, what's the point? What's the point? What is the point of anything? But if you're there to appreciate it, it's a little point for that short time, that little small lifespan of yours. You're like, yay. But then you're dead, and I haven't got any kids. So, well, I've got nephews and nieces. So I suppose if they go on to have children, who have children, who have children, like 500 years in the future, they can look up and go, oh, I had an aunt that did some stuff. That's good. That's exciting. I mean, that's quite exciting for me. I do all that family history, and it's quite exciting to go, oh, look at that person who didn't necessarily have kids, but was a brother or sister to people that did, and you go, oh, look who's in my family. That they died. That's no good for them. They didn't. But then again, genes are very short-lived. The little tiny genes, like you can trace who your family is from genes. Like you can go, oh, I've got millions of people that I know are genetically related to me from just looking. Oh, look, they're related to me in some way, somehow. I don't know a lot of the time how, but I can usually try. Hello, Scott. Hello. I can usually trace it, and it's good to see how they're related to you and how that practically everybody with any British ancestry is related to the kings and queens of Britain at some point, because there's not that many people in the past. There was like 3 million people in 1200 AD, and you've got about 60 million ancestors at that point. So you're probably going to be related. Everyone's going to be related to them. If you've got any, really seriously, you find one British ancestor, you're going to be related to these people because there was nobody there. And you've got a lot of ancestors. It's a pyramid thing. It's like you go, oh well, I must have thousands and millions of ancestors. But no, there weren't many people, so it goes out and it goes back in again, and you're related to the same person in the end. Anyway, so you can go, oh well, look at these people. And actually, they're a sort of nice little pinpoint because they didn't go on, their genes didn't carry on, but their brothers and sisters' genes did go on. So you can still go, oh look, they're related to me, but they're a little sort of pinpoint. That's a little star in the firmament. That's it. That's them. Bing. Oh, look what they did. That's cool. And also the genes, like nephews and nieces have got the same amount of genes as your grandparents would with you, or you will with your grandchildren if you've got grandchildren. So, but it's just split up in different ways. So really, the genes just fizzle away, and you go, oh well, I've got children, therefore my legacy is. But no, because in a very short time, if you've got 128 great grandparents, like 5 or 6 generations ago, but you've only inherited genes from about 112 of them or something. That's rough estimate. So a few of your ancestors at that point have not passed on their genes to you. So whatever. So fame. Back to the point. Fame is all you've got, or just doing something that is really valued in your lifetime, that people think is amazing, that makes you feel valuable. Maybe not major fame, just something that makes you feel. So maybe when I say fame, something that makes me feel like it's not all pointless, which it is pointless, let's be honest, but makes you feel like it's not pointless. So that's what Andy Warhol said, that we're all going to be famous for 15 minutes. And that's good as long as the 15 minutes is something we get to celebrate for ourselves. And maybe I've already had my 15 minutes, in which case, oh no, but it would be nice if I didn't. If I could still have something to look forward to. What is value? Exactly. It's all very subjective. Good point. Bohemian Rhapsody covers. Good point. What is valuable? Well, something valuable would be something that is maybe if I invented something that helped a load of people. I'm not going to do that, let's be honest. Or wrote something that everyone was going to value, or just did something, or was just really good in acting in something, or just anything that makes me feel like, oh, I did a good job there, and people like it, and I'm not wasting my time, even though we all are basically wasting our time. That's cheerful, isn't it? Happy Christmas. No, and so maybe I saw this thing that you've got. There was a month because there's a lot in, it's like give up alcohol for January, be a vegan in January, or do something creative every day in January. Maybe I could have something creative every day in the whole rest of my life every day. But I've tried that before, and I've gone, yes, I'm going to do something creative every day, and I haven't. I have been learning languages every day. That's something. So maybe by the end of the year, like I've been learning the French and the Portuguese and the Welsh, so I'm still sticking out. Whereas the Chinese and the Japanese and the Navajo and the, which else was I doing? Hungarian. They went on Hebrew. They went by the board very quickly because they were too hard. But those three, I was like, I can stick at them because they're easier, and I feel like I'm making progress. Having my technology, yes, uh yes, doing something every day anyway. So if you never have busy days, well, that's true. And I've got work and stuff. I actually got paid work coming up. So on the days where I don't have paid work, I can do something great. Although I found I did more creative stuff when I was working full time all the time every day, and I didn't have a minute to myself. That I managed to that's when I managed to write novels in a month and stuff when I had other things to do. So maybe it's better to do lots of things and fit it all in like a jigsaw puzzle in your day, because otherwise you've just got vast swathes of time ahead of you, and then you end up doing nothing at all. Oh, I've got all the time in the world. Oh no, it's the end. I've finished. Nothing's been done. Whereas if you've got a very busy life, if you want something done, give it to a busy person, is the saying. And it's true, because the more you've got to do, the more you end up doing, because you're just in that mind frame, I think, and you're just trying to get it all done. So I think that's really, it's because I haven't got enough to do that I can't, because I've got so much free time, I can't do anything. I'm busy doing nothing, working the whole day through, trying to find lots of things not to do. That's Connecticut. Was it Connecticut Yankee in the Court of King Arthur? Yeah, with the Bing Crosby version, not the other versions, many other versions. I think there might have been a Bill Cosby version, not that one. I might be wrong there, so don't quote me on it. Anyway, busy doing nothing. And that's the problem, really, isn't it? So, yeah, look at this. Look at the pretty bow. Bow, 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 bow. See how far away I am. I'm usually ultra close up because I'm not using a tablet now, because I've got a new device. A new device. Oh, the magic of it all. Do you still listen to me? Yes, it is pleasing to see I'm still alive. You're quite right. Listen to me years ago. What, on Radio Peckham? Or, yeah, I did used to listen. I don't know. I did do. Yeah, see, that's it. I did a podcast before anyone else did a podcast, and then I haven't done podcasts for years. So that's, and I've done videos before anyone else did videos. Not anyone else, but before lots of people did videos. Am I blooming famous from doing the podcasts and the videos? Am I famous for being innovative and a groundbreaker? Because I wasn't really. I wasn't the first. No, I'm not blooming famous from doing that. I should be. Should be. Well, she was one of the first. We'll give her a medal, and she'll be very famous for that. Now, but maybe in years to come, it'd be one of the first people to do all these things was Elise. Oh, was I? Yes. Too late. It's 300 years in the future, and I'm not alive to see it. Oh, I'm on Wikipedia in 400 years, or the equivalent of Wikipedia. That's nice. I'm not on it now, though, am I? No. Do you know why? Because I've been salted because somebody tried to defend my Wikipedia page and gotten a lot of people's nerves and banned me from Wikipedia. So no matter how famous, this is one thing, no matter how famous I get in my lifetime, I can't get a Wikipedia page anymore. Oh, and it was about the time I was starting to make inroads. And I think that's why I've given up bothering. I was like, hey, I've got to do things. And then I got Wikipedia page and I've got stuff to go on my Wikipedia page. And people will put it on the Wikipedia. I wasn't putting it myself. I was like, people will put it on my Wikipedia page. Yay! And then I've got no Wikipedia page. So there's no point at all doing anything because it's never going to be on Wikipedia. But hopefully, this is why I'm like, hey, Wikipedia is evil, it must die. Wikipedia, get rid of Wikipedia, and then it won't matter that I'm not on Wikipedia because nobody else is, which is a very selfish attitude indeed. And that's why. But Wikipedia is evil and must die. Anyway, hello, just joined. But am I distinctive? I'm not distinctive. I'm not distinctive enough to go on Wikipedia. I haven't done anything of any note. And I had lots of things. I had lots of references and things that proved that I did all these things, but they weren't good enough for the people that ganged up on me on Wikipedia. It's very sad indeed. So climbing the Walter Scott Memorial Stairs. Yes, that's ages ago. Is that ages ago? That was 2014. That's not that long ago, actually. 4 years that I went. Yeah, and I spiral staircases and heights get to me every time. I'm like, hey, I'll do this amazing thing. You know that feel the fear and do it anyway. I do feel the fear and I do it anyway. And then I go, why did I do this again? And people just, why did you do that again? I thought maybe by this time I'd get over it, but no, I'm still very scared of heights. Very scared, and spiral staircases freak me out every time, but I still go up them. Oh, and then I go, ah, and then I have to crawl back down again. Have I written any good books? Yes, I have written any good books. I've written several good books, but not that anyone cares. You can buy my books. 2 of my books, 3 of my books. One of them is poetry, 2 of them are novels. You can buy them at all good bookshops if you order them, and also on Amazon if you have to. And looks like you're not getting all the chat though. Are you not getting all the chat though? I haven't said anything. Sorry about my cold. Hello, there you go. There's a chat. That's part of me doing the chat. I just wrote hello. That's as much as I'm gonna. It's very hard. So who's not getting all the chat? So yes, I've written good books. I have. I've made videos. I have. Have I been on the television? Yes, I have. Have I written? Have I won competitions? Yes, I have. I have won competitions. Yes, I have. But apparently they weren't notable enough to be on Wikipedia because they've also been scrubbed from Wikipedia because of me, because me not being on Wikipedia, they're not on Wikipedia either, because they've decided that everything that I've ever done is not worth doing because I've done it. So yeah, so I've been in, and I sort of thinking, if you're an actor, a lot of the time, the pinnacle of your time is being an advert. I've been in an advert. I've written books. I've written poetry. I've got in major poetry magazines. I've you know, it's just not good enough, is it? I am in the IMDb. I have been in a horror film, several horror films, several short films. I am on the IMDb. Yes. I have written things. Yes. I have been an editor of an international magazine. Yes, I've been in international magazines. Yes, I've been on the television. Yes, I've been on films. Yes. Does that make me eligible for Wikipedia? No, it doesn't. Not good enough. I'm not good enough. And I have to accept that. I'm never going to be good enough, that I'm a sort of mediocre, not good enough for Wikipedia person, which is very sad. My USP is being me. That's all I've got. Being me and doing stuff. What stuff do you do, Elise? Any stuff you want me to do, I'll do that. So it's probably not. I'm a bit random. Am I a reconstructed Renaissance woman, woman, whatever. Personality. This is just all the personality I've got. So if it's not good enough, it's not good enough. There's nothing I can do about it, basically. I used to run a comedy club, and I found the list of all the people that have been on. Hello, my dad's just come through the door. All the people that have been on, and almost all of them have got famous. What you need? Well, he needs to go upstairs. Okay, back. So almost all the people that were in my comedy club that performed with me have gone on to be famous. Apparently, one of the last ones that I did, the what's her name, Gemma Whelan, who's in Game of Thrones now, was on. I don't even remember her being on, but she was. And also Robert White, who came second in Britain's Got Talent, was on, and a lot of other people. And Andy Osho, she's quite famous, and Dave Somebody Famous. Most of them were on my comedy night, and yet not me. and I was running it. So that got me nowhere. Hooray! Do you think you're not good enough? I think I'm probably not good enough, yes. I think you are good enough to be on Wiki. Oh, thank you very much. Oh, I didn't read all that. Thank you. I'll say hello to my dad too. I think I'm good enough to be on Wikipedia, but there's nothing I can do about that because I'm not, and I never will be. It's very sad. I was on there for about 4 or 5 years and then they deleted me, never to be seen again because somebody took against me and decided to make sure that I never was again. So, not much I can do about that. Anyway, I'm going to rest my throat now because it's pretty much gone. Although I don't sound like Doctor Who John Hurt anymore, the War Doctor. So that's good. So thank you very much. Hello, Doctor. Thank you. I am good enough. I am. I enjoy my hiking videos. I should make more videos, but I've just been a bit like, what's the point? I'm never going to get on Wikipedia with them. But I should do them anyway, shouldn't I? Yeah. Just feel the fear and do it anyway. That's what I should do. So I will probably make something on New Year's Day after the next Doctor Who. And it'll be a sort of, hey, welcome to the new year. And was that Doctor Who good? Yes, it might have been. I don't know. So I'll see you there. So thank you very much, Philip. I will rest. Have a happy new year. Thank you, everybody that's joined me. And see you in the new year. See you in 2019. I am British like you. Yes. Thank you. Hello, Doctor. Thank you, Philip. Thank you, Scott. Thank you, Bohemian Rhapsody covers. Thank you, Adjustable Squelch. Who else was here? Thank you. Have I missed anyone? Thank you. I've probably name checked you at some point. Graham, no. Who else was here? I can't remember, but thank you very much. And I'll see you next year. Bye bye. It's not ending. End stream. Oh, I know it's why, because it's not a touch screen. End.